My higher portable washing machine gives E2 error message model #XXXXX in the manual. It says it means lid is not closed. The lid is closed though. So there must be some failure to get that info to the operating system. I took off the back panel and there seems to be some sort of metal spring part / moving stick on the left hinge, or the right hinge if you look at it from the back side of the washing machine. I did not open up the top panel to see how this works exactly. There are 2 screws in the back securing the top panel and the lid, but unscrewing those does not make that part come off. The whole operating panel is also located in the top part, so there might be some electronics and wiring there. I am afraid to just pull it off and maybe damaging wiring / electronics there. Does anyone know how to fix this, or maybe simply bypass this E2 message?
Hello. My name is XXXXXXXXXX. I am an authorized hire service tech and I can help you today. This is a common error for these machines. The E2 is the lid lock error. But if your lid on the top of the washer is fully closed and not hitting the lid lock switch behind the back top portion of the washer, the computer control will think the lid is not fully closed and give the error. If you have taken the back panel off the machine and seen the metal switch lever and it is stuck or not hitting the lid switch correctly, you will need to remove the top to fix it. That is usually what needs to be done in order to fix this problem. So to take the top off, you have to remove 4 screws. 2 of which are hidden and 2 that are not. There are the 2 screws that you mentioned in the back that are not hidden. Remove those. Then look towards the front of the machine. To the left and right of the top panel you will notice 2 small half-circle white end caps coercing the screws. You will need to stick in a thin flat screwdriver into the corner of the cap and pry it off. There are small clips holding in the caps. Once the cap is removed, you will see the screws. Remove them, one on either side, and pull the top up a bit. Don't remove the top completely because it will still be connected by the wires. Just give yourself enough room to see and work on that lid lever switch. Just fit the lever back to the back of the cabinet. In between the back of the cabinet and the tub. It needs to be freed so it can move when the lid is raised and lowered to activate the switch. Once the lever is fixed, just replace the top back on the washer and screw back on and test the top panel and lid. It should work fine for you. If not, or if you have more questions, just get back to me here and I will help you more. Thanks.
Hi John. I'm going to try that now.
You got it. Just let me know how you make out. And if you have any questions, I will be here if you need me. Do you see the white caps that I am referring to that hide the 2 screws on the side of the top panel?
I got the top off, but I do not understand the lever. IT does not move if you open or close the lid. How do I connect it?
It should be connected already. The lid on the top of TH panel, when open and closing it, will move a lid switch in the top. And that metal lever on TH bottom of the lid is the guide. If it is caught, it will not make the lid close correctly. Or you could have a top or lid that is not opening or closing correctly. So take a look at the lid and the back top portion of it. The portion where it attaches to the top. You will see where it hooks in. There is also a spring there on one side as well. If you don't see the spring, or if it is not connected to the lid, then you need to reconnect it. So basically, If you pull to the top up and feed the metal lever and put the top back on and doesn't help the lid close correctly, to hit the lid switch, then look to find the spring in the door and check to make sure the lid is fully on top and the spring is connected. If not, you need to pull the lid off and take the top off to fix the lid correctly. And that will be a longer, more complicated process. Get back to me here if you see what I am talking about or if you have more questions.
I opened up another panel that reveals the spring. Close to it is this metal thing, about 4 inches, that goes straight down. Is that the thing that is supposed to move?
Great. Can you see if it is connected properly? Yes.
Its spring seems to be okay. The metal thing coming down, I can move it, but it is not corresponding to the lid. How is it supposed to be connected?
The lever will activate the switch and the door spring will make the lid open and close correctly. If those two parts don't work correctly, the lid will not close correctly and the computer will give the error code. When the lid opens, it is supposed to activate the switch by hitting the metal piece.
When I open the lid, nothing happens to that metal thing. Where is the switch? The lid closes fine, so it is more the error code I try to get rid of.
Behind the top panel. Or I should say in the top panel. You may need to take the top panel of an app apart completely to see what I am referring to. Yes. The lid is closing fine but not hitting the switch. That is what we are trying to fix. That is why you said in your description the metal lever was stuck. If you feel the switch is okay and the door is okay and is closing and opening fine, then you need to replace the control board in the top panel. Sorry, panel. It has shorted out. Ad is giving a false error, saying the lid is not closed when it actually is. Take a look at the top panel and lid like I said to see if the lid is hitting the lid switch correctly. And if it is, the reboots the computer.
The lid is not hitting the switch at all. I do not see how it is contact at all. The only thing I can think of is the spring, but it is also not reaching it. How do I take the top off? Is that easy to do? Just right now I do not see how this switch is connecting at all.
It is pretty easy to take apart. You just need to remove all the screws to the inner portion of the top panel. You will see the switch and levers.
The metal piece can move. There seems to be some sort of spring inside there as well. It is hard to see exactly what goes on there or how it is supposed to connect into what.
You will need to take the top panel apart to see more clearly. And if you can't clearly see the switch or how it closes, then you will have to call someone out to you to fix it. But please feel free to get back to here and I will help you more.
Okay, I'll try that. I loosened 2 plastic parts held with 2 screws each, but something is still holding it in place. Do not see any screws. Am I missing something?
Here is a link to the exploded view diagram of the control and top panel to your machine. http://c.searchsparts.com/lease_png/5003497320001.png. Just copy and paste the link above to your browser to open and view. You will see the lid switches diagram part number 26. Just next to the water level pressure switch. The lever to the switch is on the bottom. And when the lid is closed, it activates the switch. You need to remove the whole top panel and then remove the screws to the underside of the top panel to expose the switch.
I see the diagram. I see the part also in the machine. Somehow it does not move when I open or close the lid at all.
Then the lid has come disconnected to tie switch. And that is what you need to repair or replace if it is broken. It is hard for me to tell you in any more detail than that without seeing your machine. I know it is frustrating. But I am sorry.
I got the top of now. I see now a contact on the right side of the machine that seems to be connected to the lid/hinge. To other thing, I am still not seeing the connection on the left side. Looks like number 26, but it does not seem to connect to the lid/hinge. There is a lot to see, so I'll study it for a while, I think.
I will be here if you need more help. If not, please remember to rate my performance below with OK service or better rating so that I may get credit for helping you. And if you have any other questions, please come back to me here and I will help you more for no additional charge. The lid has to connect to the switch. Otherwise, when the lid closes, it will tell th computer the lid is closed. Exactly what you have now. Give it a look and get back to me. There is also the possibility the lid switch is broken.
Hi John, I appreciate your help. I posted 2 images here, http:/www.bigbolt.com/hire1.jpg, http:/www.bigbolt.com/hire2.jpg. On the first you can see there is a contact that connects to the lid. The error message E2 is supposed to be that the lid is open. Isn't this the switch that causes it? It seems to be working fine. Makes the contact when you close the lid and releases the contact when you open the lid. On the other image you see part 26, the top of it. I still do not understand what is supposed to move that part. It just hangs at the bottom. When you open the lid it does not connect to it at all. I can move it. This seems to have to do when the inner part bangs around too much, it will touch it and short out the machine so it does not topple over. Maybe this part is not connected properly now?
I see. Thank you for the pictures. The switch is connected properly if the switch is activated when closed and deactivated when opened. But if the computer still recognizes the lid being open when closed, you either have a bad switch or control board. I would recommend replacing the switch first since it is cheaper. And if that doesn't work, replace the computer. If you have a multimeter, you can check the switch with continuity to check for sure if it is bad. If it is bad, it will not have continuity. And to check, you would need to remove the wired plug and check the switch directly.
Hi John. Still confused about that other part. Seems to be not correct at the moment. I think the loose little plastic part needs to be under the copper somehow. www.bigbolt.com/hire3.jpg. Are the 2 copper parts supposed to touch or be apart? I would think they need to be apart, and then that metal stick, when it gets pushed by the bucket, pushes into the plastic part and it moves up the copper thing so there is a connection and the machine stops/shorts out. Does this have anything to do with my E2 error message? Or is this part okay as long as the copper does not make contact? Is there a way to bypass the switch? I do not have a multimeter and I would hate to order parts if they are not bad. Bypassing would be a good solution for now. THX
If you have a home improvement or appliance question and want to chat with an expert now, visit justanswer.com/ythi.